go. Supposedly Aaron Rodgers is hurt. He's so hurt that he gets to choose when he want to come back. Is he coming back this week, next week, the week after? I'm thoroughly confused because isn't injured? Let me
Correct.
holler at you. His feelings hurt. That's what's hurt. It ain't his hand or whatever they said it was. It's his feelings because they playing like some trash.
They sure are.
And he can't seem to bend the corner on it. You know what I'm saying? Your wide receivers are not catching the ball. You are not. Your trajectory is off. Your attitude has been off all.
Very much so.
Which I think is hurting the rest of the play. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that Bama hurt all right. His feelings hurt. That's what's hurt.
It's so funny. It's so funny. Gwen said that to me. She said, Sabrina, he ain't hurt his feelings. And then the next day they said, Aaron Rodgers decides he might play next week. I'm like,
come on now, Sabrina.
Wait a minute.
How you get to choose when you okay to play? Don't the doctors have to clear you? So technically, is he hurt? No, his feelings hurt. He don't want to keep losing. So now he want to play the I'm injured card. He ain't making the playoffs. That's what's hurting.
Oh yeah, no, they're not making no playoffs. You can forget it.
So the Vikings about to win that whole that division.
The Vikings are just running away with that division. There is no way the Packers are going to make it.
And nobody's catching them at this point.
Yeah, not at all.
So yeah, he ain't hurt. But let's go to my boy that's really hurt, Vaughn. It amazes me how one player can make such a difference. I'm telling you now, and I said it here first. If Vaughn is hurt and he don't play these games, the Bills ain't gonna go far in the playoffs. I'm sorry. I want to just admit it because to me, that was see, I like the Eagles Corporation, the Bills Corporations. I'll even go as far as to say I like Tampa Bay because when they set their mind on winning, they go out and acquire the pieces they needed. The Bills recognize that the defense let them down. But everybody say, whether Vaughn is in or not, it's going to be on Josh. It's going to be on Allen to play. And I do agree with that to a certain extent. He's going to put up the points, but somebody needs to be on the other side of that ball that's going to rush the passer. You know what I'm saying? That's going to stop that run. And I don't feel like the Bills without Ron are going to be capable to do. They're going to go just as far as they went last year, and they're going to lose in the AFC title game again. Whether it be the Chiefs or the Bengals, they need Ron.
They absolutely do. And what it's been said is they thought it was his ACL. It's not. But they said he has some lateral meniscus damage, and he says he's going to give it a week to 10 days to kind of feel it out. So he's going to miss the next game. And then after that, he'll see how he feels to come back, the game after that. But still, if he's not 100%, that's a little iffy.
That's true, too.
That's a little iffy. And then the Bills have not, these last couple of games, I've been like, this ain't the Bills.
They look a little suspect.
Yeah, wait a minute, Bills, what's going on here? So I think
can we just go here real quick, sidebar real quick? This whole season is out of whack for me because nobody that I pick is going to win their division. You know what I'm saying? On either side, nobody that I thought was going to the Super Bowl don't seem like they're going now.
Like the Rams look terrible. The Rams look terrible.
See what I'm saying? There will not be a repeat of last year on either side. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So this season is up for grabs. At this point, anybody in the top 14, 7 on the AFC and 7 on the NFC can take it. Everybody has a fair chance if you ask me. Because look, we took down the Eagles, then they turn around and lose. I mean, then the Bills lose to the Jets. Then this team lose. It's crazy. There's no rhyme or reason or formula to this season.
Yeah.
This is truly any given Sunday. Who gonna show up to play and leave it all on the field? So I say that to say I believe that Vaughn is crucial. It's crucial for him to be in the game. The Bills don't stand a chance without him. That's how I see it.
Jeez, but they went as far as they did without him, so they can do it.
But they got to get over the hump.
Exactly, and that's the point. I think
that's the point. That's the piece they was missing, and they did what they were supposed to do. They went out and coached him and gave him enough money for him to leave and come to help them get over the hump.
Yes, I agree.
If he wins with the Bills, that would be three Super Bowls with three different teams. Yellow jacket status right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my favorite player currently. Anyway, him and Lamar. And speaking of Lamar,
speaking of him, go ahead.
Good night, Irene. If this ain't the Esther of all winning teams, that phrase used to always call Esther ugly. These the most ugly wins I've ever seen and losses in my life. How
Yeah.
do you turn and lose to the Jaguars?
Yes, ma'am. I'm like, come on now. And I must say, it's not because of Lamar per se. You know what I mean?
It's
We can't.
not.
Yeah, but still, the fact that they should have won at least 3 or 4 games that they ultimately ended up losing, those are the kinds of things that end up biting them in the butt. Like last year, they had some of them stupid type of losses. And it's like when it comes down the stretch, that affects whether you make the playoffs or not, or if you make it, your positioning.
Listen, that's the
right.
thing. Even if you get in 7, you don't want to be 7-6. You don't want to be 5-6-7.
Nope. And so, my gosh, I just think they're going to look back and say, this, we should have won at least 2 of these games, and that would have been
2.
Yeah, there were at least 4 of them. But I'm saying, even if you take half of them, we could have beat the Jaguars.
Lamar's too good of a player to have these losses. Yeah. And I want the Ravens to go out and get him what he needs. They are wasting these prime years for him because he's not going to be this mobile, this agile the rest of all of his career. He's not. They all slow down eventually. You know what I'm saying? I feel like so many years are going to go past where they BSing and not giving him the pieces that he needs. Then this is what's going to happen. He's going to end his career without a Super Bowl appearance because they're not giving him what he needs. Lamar's too good of a player for him to be going through the motions with this craziness. And he needs some wide receivers. But again, who wants to go there and play and not catch the ball? You can pay me $10 million to take 2 passes a game, but I'm not a football player at heart. You know what I'm saying? They want to make plays because they want to build their own legacy and income and stuff like that. I'm just thoroughly confused. Like, what is going on? Don't they see the talent that they have with this guy?
Mm-hmm. And they need to pay that man.
Sabrina.
They need to pay that man.
Exactly. That's first and foremost.
Yeah.
And they need to give him the pieces that he needs. So I pose the question, is the talent in the NFL leveling out? Because you have teams that should beat other teams that lose. Like, who would have thought the Jets?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Thought the Dolphins would be.
Oh, they call it they call it parity. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So is it leveling out? Is it like now everybody even Steven?
I don't know that is the case. I don't know if everybody's equal. I just think it's more that some teams go up or down depending on injuries, depending on who their coaches are, depending on their grit and their toughness and their follow through. I think it just depends on a lot of other things.
So now the conversation has come up again. Who's the best quarterback right now in the NFL? Is it Tua and Hurt? And remember their past because Hurt was at Alabama for those who didn't know. And he left for Oklahoma and Tua took over in Alabama. So it's back to them two battling again. And I'll be honest with you, I would love to see them, if not for my Commanders going to the Super Bowl. I got to put that out there first.
Right.
It would be a great Super Bowl to see them two go at each other.
So the Dolphins and the Eagles?
Yeah. But that ain't going to happen. I don't think the Eagles don't have it to me. Even though they acquire Sue, they still not gonna go all the way. I'm sorry, and them things ain't gonna either. Watch this. I'm so tired, Sabrina. I'm so tired of them winning one game in a Super Bowl game.
Right, exactly.
Good night. And the head delusion king, I'm gonna name him. You know, we're gonna have Riley captain on. We need to one day have Skip on and have delusion captain. You know what I'm saying? Because he starts them with one win.
So we got Riley Captain, then we're gonna have Captain Delusional.
That's right.
Gosh, that's funny. But you just mentioned the playoffs and who's not gonna make it. Let's talk about that. So in the NFC, real quick, just where it stands today, we got the Eagles are first seed. Yeah, the Eagles are number 1 seed as of this moment. The Vikings are second. The 49ers, who scare me, are third. The Bucks are 4th. The Cowboys.
The NFC East is 5 through 7.
The Cowboys are 5th. Giants 6th. Washington 7th. Of course, these things could absolutely flip, change, move around over these last 6 weeks. But it's just wonderful to see that we're in it, and we don't know where everybody's going to end up.
Yeah, we're the AFC team, Sabrina.
The Chiefs are 1st seed. Dolphins are 2nd. I wasn't aware they were 2nd seed. Titans are 3rd. Ravens are 4th. They're 4th seed. Bills are 5th, which is surprising to me. The Bengals are 6th, and the Jets have dropped to 7th. They were a little higher. So, yeah, that's the way
AFC then.
Yeah, that is.
That's a good AFC then. Because your Bengals, your Steelers, and your Browns not in there.
which is, man, especially the Steelers, like what is going on up there? Like you said, Tomlin has never had a losing season, but you predicted.
I think he's about to taste the victory of that saltiness. I'm telling you, Sabrina, I don't see them coming. It's too many games behind them now. You know what I'm saying? And I would never wish that on him. But everybody need to hit a reset button during their life at some point in time. And it's time for him to reset. He's gonna have to rebuild from Rodgers. He never had that issue for a quarterback issue. Most of his tenure with the all of his career with the Steelers, because he had Ben. So now he gets to reset. He gets to start from scratch.
Yeah.
So I went to Beanie House for Thanksgiving because I'm an empty nester, and I was like, I'm not going to do by myself. I went to Beanie House, and I had a wonderful time. It was great. Sabrina Cook put her foot in that roast.
Gwen put her foot in the sweet potato and the yams.
Okay. That's my dish. My mom's side would not eat without it. And I'm so tired of making it because I've been making it for the past 40 years. My family, they're not eating without them. So it was everybody has their signature dish, so that's mine.
And so my mom, her thing is she couldn't come in and do it without the mac and cheese. So my
Good night, our brain.
She made a couple things. Gwen made a couple things. I made a couple things, but those were the main dishes for me. My roast, Gwen's yams, my mom's mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. That's all I get. The string beans was slamming.
Cabbage. For me, it's all about the cabbage. Cabbage, golly.
Yeah.
Gosh.
You made the cabbage?
No, my mama made the cabbage.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh, and so here's a quick video of me and Gwen debating a very debated Thanksgiving thing. Check it out.
I thought we was at odds about the grits. We at odds about this too.
Check it out.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I don't know if you can hear us.
The ultimate discussion we having now. Beanie don't have no pumpkin pie.
We don't eat pumpkin pie.
Eat pumpkin pie.
We eat sweet potato pie.
No, we don't. We eat pumpkin pie too.
No pumpkin pie in this household.
I want some pumpkin pie.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
So my question is, sweet potato pie or that that pumpkin pie?
I'm telling you, put some vanilla bean ice cream on top of that junk. Make it ivory in your head. I guess I'm outvoted because I've heard it for so many people. But I look forward to fall because I get pumpkin spice tea, I get pumpkin pie, I get pumpkin latte.
I don't like pumpkin. I don't like to eat pumpkin. Y'all saw a couple of videos ago. I like to decorate with pumpkins. I do not like pumpkin flavored anything. So it's blasphemous to say pumpkin pie over sweet potato pie. No.
Pumpkin. Say it with me, Sabrina. Pumpkin pie.
I ain't saying it. Now, quick question, then we're going to get off of Thanksgiving. Okay. What's your 3 top dishes you got to have for Thanksgiving, and what 3 dishes will you not touch?
I ain't touching, this is my family. I'm not touching, one of the traditions on my mom's side was succotash. I don't know, sauerkraut. I don't know who keep bringing it. I know who keep doing it. I told my mama, tell her to stop, but she keep bringing the stuff. Then another thing I would not touch is any kind of greens because I don't eat greens. You know this, Sabrina. You know this. Don't look surprised. I won't touch any. That's why my family, you gotta have cabbage, fried cabbage, or string beans. That's for Gwen. They go out their way to do that for me because I don't touch any type of greens. And the last and the grossest thing I must say, I can do without all the stuffings.
Okay. All right. So those are things that you're not going to eat. I'll give you my 3 I won't eat. I will not touch, like you just said, stuffing. Stuffing to me is wet seasoned bread. That is exactly. Number 2, I don't care if it's homemade. Oh, you haven't had my mama's homemade this. But if it's not, I don't care if it's homemade or in the can. I'm not touching cranberry sauce. It's nasty.
That was too.
It's like eating a mouthful of jelly. That is nasty.
Sabrina, let me break you mine. I'm going to make you mine. Next year is on. I make mine, and it ain't no jelly. Here we go.
Let me get a little closer. What I said is, I don't care if it's homemade from the can. Your mom's special recipe.
It's delicious.
Look at my face. And number 3, I'll taste it, but I'm probably not going to like it. And number 3, don't give me no green bean casserole. That is nasty.
Oh my God, yeah. I take green beans out the casserole. I don't understand. And putting them little crunchy French onion chips on it. Man, get out of here with that mess.
Nope.
You right, Sabrina. I can get down with all of them but your cranberry. Girl, my cranberry be slamming.
Now, real quick, the three things I got to have. I got to have homemade, very well made mac and cheese. Got to have that.
That's right.
Got to have sweet potato pie. Got to have that. Okay, for me. And the thing that Gwen says she doesn't like, I love greens. I got to have collard greens for Thanksgiving. I'm sorry.
So what mine is mac and cheese, yams, and I gotta have the bomb gravy with the celery in it that grandma used to make.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, got it.
So now we get to my favorite new segment is Ask the Cousins.
Okay.
So I have 3 questions and 1 answer from last week. So last week I did allude to in my old church, there were rules that they recommend that we follow, and I forgot the last one. So everything is magnified by 9, and these rules were pertaining to when you start dating. Mm-hmm. So there was no phone calls after 9 p.m., no one-on-one Bible study, and the one I forgot because I haven't done it in 3 years was no dates at night. If you went out on a date, your first outing, it should be in the daytime or over coffee.
Now, was it for the first outing only or all day?
The first outing only.
Okay.
So they wanted you to establish conversation first.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So let's get to the questions. Number 1, JJ asked, what's your occupation? Because you're very well spoken, and he wanted to know, was your line of work in broadcasting?
Well, I'm in broadcasting for Spikes and Hills. However, no, I'm an entrepreneur. I have been one for, oh my gosh, whatever October of 2025 is. So 17 years. Mm-hmm. I have my own company. I have some of my family works with me. I have some non-family members that work with me. But yeah, so I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not in broadcasting, whatever. I just think it's some people are good at some things and some people aren't good at some things. I just happen to be good at words. And so maybe that's what you're seeing. I'm not good at math, except count money. I can do that. I can keep my business. We can keep our business book straight, but words are just my thing. So maybe that's it.
And question number 2. Now I can take this question with a little bit of salt, because I think he was trying to figure me out, but he didn't want to say. So has Gwen always been this loud and overbearing?
Oh, I'm supposed to answer that?
Yeah.
I don't find Gwen to be loud and overbearing. I find Gwen to be fun and funny and witty and comical. I don't think she's never overbearing. It's just that she's boisterous. She does overtalk you, which she is working on very much so. No part of Gwen is overbearing. She's just very comical. Animated, comical, fun, interesting, lively. But overbearing, no part of her.
And I've explained it 1,000 times. I had a chicken pot on my eardrum when I was little. Over time, it has grown. My hearing is depleted, which makes me speak louder. They want to I'm so vain, God forgive me. They want to give me one of those hearing things, but I can't use the amplifier one to go straight in the ear. So this one wraps around the ear. No way.
No, nobody want to wear
that. So just put up with it. But no, I ain't overbearing.
No, not at all. Not at all. You have to call him a sucker. That's what I want.
So that's not cursing.
Well, she is doing better with the cursing. Yes, she is.
And the last question was, which part of the game do we prefer? Is it special teams, offense, or defense?
I prefer that my defense play well and shut down the other team. I prefer that my offense score a lot of points, and I prefer that my special teams do run and place the ball where it's supposed to be. I like all 3, so I don't understand the question.
I don't understand the question either. I guess they're just trying to find something to ask you. But my whole thing is, you have to enjoy the whole thing, to accomplish the whole thing. Like, I remember when we were younger, I'm a couple of years older than Sabrina, not a lot, but more than a little bit. The square root of 36, figure it out, older than Sabrina. So, we would always watch what the guys in the family would watch, right? Mm-hmm. So when we got older, we would all converge on my grandmother's house because we all went to different churches, and Sunday was just about cooking and football all day. Mm-hmm. So when you went to church first and then you watched football, you ate, then you went home. So would you say our family, we are very well versed at debating?
Oh, yeah, I think every family's like that. Yeah, every family, when you get amongst your own people, you can debate about that.
And I think we are a little worse. I think we are worse than most because I've been around other families, and they would end up arguing with a little bit. And I was like, wow, in our family, that would be a common question. That would be a great question. We wouldn't argue about it. But anyway, so you had to learn so you could come back the next week and have a voice in the conversation.
Mhm.
So when you were away, you will watch the Monday night games. I would watch. There was no Thursday night game back in the day. So I would watch the Monday night game and be ready for them on Sunday, or I would read or look at the sportscast on Channel 9. Channel 4 was my favorite. What was the guy named?
George Michael.
George Michael. Oh, good night.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was my favorite. And then he had a 30-minute special after the Sunday night news. They come on 11:30, so I would sneak up and stay and watch them. And I just fell in love with him. My mom loves football.
Yeah.
So I guess we love football.
Yeah, that's it. I want all of it. I want all of it.
I will watch it every day if you let me. After I read my word and have a good meal, football is third.
and truth be told, let me just keep it real. Some days I have to get that order straight, because if it's Sunday and it's always because so my church, we meet like in the evening, which is a little different. But it's like at 4:00. So sometimes that 1:00 game go off at 3:55, and on the way to church, I'm like this here on my cell phone. And wait a minute, I'll meet y'all inside. Here I come, because of the game ain't gone off yet.
And it's different for me because I go to traditional church. So non-football season, I'm at 11:00 service. So football season, I go to 8:00. You don't know how many people. That's why I like accountability partners will call me and go, I see you in church and that comes up. No, I was there, boo. I went to 8:00 because it's football season.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
see you back in 11:00 in February.
Yes, ma'am. Right.
I was there. I just get it out the way. I put my roast in the oven and go to church.
And listen, and before we get another Ask the Cousins question on this, the reason I go to church at night is not because I'm a part of some weird religion or something. It's just that our church shares another church's building. So they have the traditional times, 11 and 9 and all that. So we meet in the evening to avoid conflicting with them.
And there you have it. Another edition of Ask the Cousins. We thoroughly enjoy your questions.
We do.
We look forward to more, but keep them decent.
Listen, it's so funny to me because Gwen gets all of these crazy questions. Don't nobody come at me like that. I'm so glad they did not come at me with these crazy questions.
Because my family can be hood sometimes, and we don't leave no stone unturned. So keep them decent.
I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know if you were classified.
Yeah, some of these questions, girl, bye. So I'm thoroughly concerned about Russell, and his whole move to Denver has been a total fiasco. This
I'm
is
shocked.
terrible. He's awful. And I'm not gonna have no more Sierra jokes because he ain't TikToking enough. And I think he's just done. They gave that man 105. He still got $105 million on his contract. And did you see how that teammate went at him?
Oh my gosh, yeah. This Russell Wilson I have never seen before. I'm gonna tell you, I almost started feeling bad for that man. Yeah, people gonna say don't feel bad for him. He's a multimillionaire. But aside from that, I'm starting to feel bad for that man. They are coming at him, and even on the internet, they are making fun of him. He is just plain.
He's terrible.
Yeah, and you would think he would have elevated them to come up.
And your last place, that Bama's got 10 points this game, 14 points, 9 points, 3 points. It's crazy.
I feel bad for him. I feel bad for the whole offense. I'm shocked. I'm shocked
because I thought when he left. I'm sorry. Go ahead, baby.
I was gonna say, even if there was a learning curve, I just didn't think it would be like this. They're not even in the playoff picture. It's just I'm shocked.
I just knew him coming to that team would add something to that team. It has done nothing. It's made them worse, if you ask me. Whereas Geno don't step in after he stepped off, and the Seahawks in a good position to actually win their division if they can get past this next 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, and I was going to say for Geno Smith to be doing better than Russell Wilson,
and the Twilight Zone.
Twilight, yep. So speaking of Russell, we got our first NFL pick of the week, game of the week, the Ravens at the Broncos in Denver. I'm picking Baltimore.
I gotta go with Baltimore.
Yeah, I gotta pick Baltimore.
I don't see them coming out up from this. And now how dude stepped in his face and was arguing at him. And Russell downplayed it and said he agreed with what he was saying. But that energy was coming from passion. Like you playing like some trash.
Yeah, that was like, you better get it together. What are you doing?
Together. All that money you got. Because remember, Sabrina, when he was with the Seahawks, I'm going to be honest with you, and I said this before, and don't come at me, but just hear me out. Him taking all that money did the Seahawks in the couple of years because he took so much money they couldn't afford to pay nobody else. That's the thing I always, even though I don't like TB12, he was never the highest paid because he understood it was a team effort. Like, how you gonna give me $40 million when you're not gonna have no money to pay nobody else? He was never the highest paid on any of those teams, Sabrina. He was never the highest quarterback in the NFL, but he's the GOAT now. You know what I'm saying? So Russell took that huge contract that stifled everybody else. Sometimes y'all gonna say, Gwen, are you not supposed to do? Yeah, but keep in mind, it's sometimes you can take the whole, you can win this battle of me getting what I think I deserve, but lose the war of everybody getting a second ring.
Right.
Because one ring don't guarantee you a yellow jacket.
So we talked about that. Let's do the Bills at the Patriots next. That's the Thursday night game.
Ain't nobody gonna, this is gonna be real quick, the Bills.
Well, the Patriots ain't no chump change.
I'm not wasting my time even using no brain juice on this one. I'm just gonna go with the Bills.
I'm tempted to go with the Patriots. I really, really am. I really am. I'm gonna go with the Bills. Under duress, under like.
About to say I'm about to be one up on you.
Bills then. Okay. All right. Who we got next? Jets at the Vikings. That should be a good one.
That's gonna be a really good game.
I think that the Vikings have too much firepower for the Jets. I'm gonna pick the Vikings. I think Jay Jets gonna show off.
Yeah, and I don't think White gonna be able to. You know, they set Zach down for his comment, but he really wasn't helping them win. If you ask me, from the games that I saw, I went back and watched. So I'm gonna have to go with you. I'm tempted to go with the Jets, but I'm not sold with the quarterback. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
All right.
Okay, how about the Titans and the Eagles? We need to keep our eye on the Eagles. So the Titans and the Eagles, and they in Philadelphia.
Oh my gosh,
this is gonna be their second loss.
I had to cough real quick. You said this is gonna be the Eagles' second loss?
Man, Henry gonna run up the gut on them. They've been exposed, Sabrina.
Yeah, I think that the Titans are going to have a good running day, but I think that the Eagles have too much offensive power. They're going to outscore the Titans.
Go ahead. I say the Titans.
Okay, so that's where we split.
So next up is the Commanders versus the Giants in Jersey.
I know who I'm picking.
I'm picking my team.
Okay, then there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
All right. If we could beat them suckers in New Jersey, if we can beat them in New Jersey.
I wear my lucky shoes too, Sabrina. I got my little purses. I've been wearing them ugly fugs. We've been winning. So I
let me just that reminds me. I went to Costco the other day. You know how they hand out the samples in Costco? I had on my Redskins jacket. So one of the ladies handing out the sample said, "Ma'am, how did you enjoy the game on Sunday when we beat the Falcons?" I said, "It was great." She said, "Ma'am, you know why we've been winning all these games?" I said, "No, why?" She says, "It's the cheese." I said, "Ma'am, what you mean it's the cheese?" She said, "Ever since Costco been telling me to hand out these little pieces of cheddar cheese," and I told everybody this is the Commanders winning cheddar cheese. She said, "They've been winning ever since. It's the cheese." I said, "So Miss Shirley," that was her name. I said, "I'm gonna shout you out and tell everybody that Shirley at the Costco said we are winning because of the cheese."
The Commander cheddar cheese.
The Commanders winning cheddar cheese. Okay. So you wear your ugly, what you said, your fugs, your fugs, and she gonna hand out the cheese, and we're gonna keep winning.
Okay, Commanders with the W.
All right, let's talk about the Seahawks and the Rams next. The Rams have looked so terrible. It looks like a whole nother team that just won in the Super Bowl.
If they lose one more game, they should bench Stafford.
Oh, ooh, you a bench?
I'm a bench. You can't do no work. This a hard thing to pick these two teams, because they in the same division. They play each other well. I'm gonna give the edge to the Rams because they're at home, but I don't think they're gonna win.
I'm struggling with this one.
The defense
I'm
not
picking
there
the
no
Seahawks.
more.
I'm picking the Seahawks.
Got it. I
And
want to go with the Seahawks too, but I'm gonna do the Rams just because they at home. I'm gonna give them that slight edge.
Mm-hmm. I can respect that, but man, yeah, ooh. I think it's bigger than Stafford though. I wouldn't bench him because it's not just him. It's a whole lot of things.
Start with him. Gotta make an example out of somebody.
Oh, heads gonna roll.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a great game. The Dolphins at the 49ers. I've said it many times throughout this show. The 49ers are the only team in NFC that really scare me. Like, they're not scare me, but out of all of the teams in playoff contention, they're the ones I wouldn't want to face.
And I'm going with them.
I, too, am going with the 49ers. I'm writing down
that picks. Still going to show us what he made out in this game.
Okay. So, wait, you said Tua is going to show us what he's made of, but they're still going to lose.
That's right.
Okay.
Now, this is a good game. Now, wait for this. This is a redo. A last year AFC Championship game, the Chiefs and the Bengals, and I'm going with the Chiefs this time.
I'm picking the Bengals. I'm going to pick an upset. I'm going to say the Chiefs got to lose at some point, and this is going to be it.
Sabrina, you need to throw out that, if you keep them greens too long, it turn into liquor because you gotta be drunk. It's time for you to throw out them Thanksgiving greens.
Y'all hear what I
Are you crazy the way they've been looking?
Bengals. Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals. That's who I'm picking.
I'm picking all that collard green juice, girl.
All right, so we got two more left. The Packers at the Bears. We got to see what Aaron gonna do. Aaron gonna do. Who gonna win that?
If he want to play, he might play this game because there's a potential for him to win.
If his ribs are okay, right?
I'm going with the Packers anyway.
I am tempted not to go with the Packers, but the Bears are still in the Packers. I'll pick the Packers. But the Bears have the potential to beat them.
To win. This is the one, if they were to win, I wouldn't be surprised.
Correct, yeah.
And last but should be the least is them boys and the Colts.
Yeah.
AT&T Stadium.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to pick Dallas. I got to be realistic. I don't want them to win, but I think that they will win.
They definitely going to win this game.
No.
But again, thank you so much for joining us. Stay blessed, stay safe. Again, I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday. Please be mindful to look in on those who may be sick or shut in or alone. This can really be a hard season for a lot of people. Just keep everyone lifted up in prayer. And just thank you so much for supporting us. Stay safe, stay blessed, love someone.
Bye.